Ready?
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-52439. You know. 205-964-52439. You know.
Good afternoon and welcome to August 23rd for today's daily live. We don't call these flippanars. Guess we should. But we're here to talk about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate with your cash or credit. It's not a big deal. Won't prevent you from getting in the game. Low risk, high reward opportunity. And today's topic is that should be different than I named the same thing. Today's topic is, what is today's topic? Hold on.
Are they gonna get mad if you get paid? Will motivated sellers get mad if you get paid?
Yeah, will motivated sellers get mad about you getting paid? That's the topic today. Okay. All right. So boom. All right. So if you should have had that ready to go. If you want to join us on the live, text the word Gator to the number. Most of y'all already know that, but for you all that don't, text the word Gator to the number 205-964-5243. Text the word Gator, Gator. Text VIP if you want to get a step-by-step process list of videos from my library of videos. This will somewhat speed up the process for you, build a foundation that speed the process up for you. So text VIP. Contract. Most people need the paperwork, so I give it away. This is your superpower. So text the word contract to the number. Text the word contract, CONTRACT. All right, and GD for a great deal. Most people fail in this business because they never can figure out what makes a great deal or not, and that's everything. So text the letters GD to the number. Text the letters GD to the number. All right. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're having some free training, a free flippanar training. Text the word flippanar. I don't have the card, but I'm going to spell it for you. It's the word flipping. Remove the G, add an AR. So flippanar, like webinar, seminar, flippanar, FLIPPINAR. If you want to join that free training tomorrow at 8 p.m., you want to get the alert, the text message, text the word flippanar to the number now. All right. What else we got? If you need to set up your LLC, you want to be able to take advantage of 250 plus tax deductions, along with starting some business credit, text BIZ to the number. Text BIZ to the phone number. BIZ. We got anything?
Yeah, you go first. All right. The first question on Instagram, everybody's saying hey too.
What up?
The first question on Instagram: if a couple purchase a home together, will the mortgage be multiplied on credit report?
Okay, that's a good question. If a couple gets a mortgage in both of them's name, which is a very common practice, if you borrow $500,000, is now that you owe $1 million. That's what they're saying, I guess. No. Just think about it in the sense of, what do two people go on car debt?
Do they what?
Two people do they put joint people on a car loan?
Well, like a co-signer.
Not really like a co-signer, but more like
two people.
Two people.
I don't know. I never thought of it like that.
Okay,
Probably could. I guess.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Do people do that when they're married?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Never been married before. So
Try that out.
but in this situation, no, it's just still just $500,000, but both of y'all's name is on the debt, right? So if the credit goes bad for one because of that particular debt, it goes bad for both. If the credit is helped by making those payments on time, it helps both.
All right, this person on TikTok asks, "Can I see your setup with the mic?"
What mic?
It's all your microphones.
I
want to see your whole setup.
Well, we really got 3 mics in here. They're on one, and I'm on this one. Only thing we have is interface. Let me see. Only thing we have is the interface. I don't know if you can see it, and we just have the mics plugged into to that, right? So it's just showing. So hey, what they call it? When you
a little log.
yeah, so teaching and learning. What they call it in school? Like
show and tell.
Show and tell. There you go. Oh boy, principal daughter.
Okay. Let's go to YouTube. Shout out to Nathan Howard because he was on here before we even hit live. At 2:44, he was already coming.
All right, boy, I love it, Nathan. What up, Nate?
Right, he gonna get his question answered.
That's right. That's what you're supposed to do.
So
First,
he said, "I have a question. I have a for sale by owner house, but it's not under contract. The owner wants $415,000 for the property. They already said that the house has been renovated. It's a couple of things that will need to be done. They said that they have an estimate for the foundation, which is $1,400, and the attic stairs will need to be repaired. It's grass coming through the side wall as well. I believe they are still living in it. Jesus." He said that I had did a little comps myself, but it's nowhere near the price they're asking. And then he put some different details. Do you think this is a deal? Look at it.
What okay, so he put the numbers up there. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Closing costs, carry costs 21 desired. Wholesale fee 12 by price. It's too. Let me see. So they're trying to. They want to. Wait a minute. But what's the price? Am I missing something?
It says buy price $242.
Oh, I mean, what's the ARV? That's what I'm trying to ask. It's hard to answer this question.
Oh, he said that.
Okay, go back. So 360. Well, all you got to do now, Nate, is that that's part of what the calculator is for, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll just say 365,000. Just to keep even. Times 7%, we're already at 255. You hadn't gotten paid. No repairs have been done. Closing, I don't know what that is in there. No, this is not a deal. There's nothing to talk about. It's a long way from being a deal.
Mm-hmm. Well, they want
sound like they're in La La Land. Yeah. Like LLL.
Especially if you got grass growing in the house.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Unless it's intentional. Could that be intentional?
You could be intentionally nasty.
Oh, there ain't no question about that.
All right. This one's from it's another question like that. MK Mitchell. He says a Dolphin Island Parkway equals $50,235 to the seller, asking not $65K.
I think this is one he may have sent over through he texted me about. But I'm not understanding. 50,000 to the seller, 58 asking, not 65. But what's the ARV? See, I don't remember what the ARV was on it.
Yeah,
Nathan.
Send us some details.
Yeah, he may have said it, but I don't remember. I look at a lot of stuff, So.
All right. Let's see. Jacqueline Garrison is saying hello.
Jackie, what's happening?
Edwin Jean is saying, or Jean, I don't know where you're from. Hopefully I said it right. He said this is his first time on the live.
EJ, what's happening, man? I'm gonna get everybody initials on it.
Yeah, that's your thing. Antoine from Facebook said nobody works for free. Oh, that's right.
No.
Let's see. This one came from Krishna Torrent. She said, "Hey Flip, I've had a seller that I've closed with tell me I don't care how much you make as long as we close on our agreed amount."
Well, that's the attitude you have. You know, they know unless you're dealing with somebody that's not reasonable, and you're going to run into that. That's just the world we live in, or whatever. But they know you're not doing this for free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, they should know it.
They do not.
They will.
All right, this is on Instagram. They said, "Hey Flip, I signed up yesterday. I've been trying to get you one-on-one."
Okay, someone said they signed up yesterday and they're trying to get me one-on-one. So what did you sign up for? Would be I would need to know that because what is it?
Spam.
Okay. Oh, spam. I'll call you back. Okay, so but yeah, so it depends on what you pay for. Now we do offer coaching. You know, it's a little bit, quite a bit more pricey than the stuff that you may see all the videos on as for the ads. In reality, you have to make sure people understand that everything you need to know is right here, man. So you're doing your homework because a lot of people make those purchases and don't do their homework, and then they'll figure out that wow, why would I pay for this and all this stuff is free? Now that doesn't get me, and I appreciate any money someone's spending because trust me, it's needed by many more so than myself. But it's really all here, man. You're doing you're doing what I would do. Is I would be consuming all these videos, right? And joining the daily lives to get the questions answered. And if you post your question in the comments section of any video, I answer those on a daily basis. It can't get any better than that, baby, for free.
All right. This person on TikTok asks, "What credit repair firm do you refer?"
I actually don't have one that I refer at this point.
All right. This is on TikTok as well. Are you still accepting storage unit deals, and how?
Most definitely. You ain't got to get that out good.
I said, how do you submit them in?
Just text me 205-964-5243. Again, I'm gonna say this over and over again until today and tomorrow. You want to join the free training, find more deals. Basically, the title of it. My man from previous we're gonna be demoing and taking questions. Text the word Flipanar to join the webinar. Don't text webinar. Text Flipanar to join the webinar. FLIPPINAR. The seminar and webinar had a baby, and produced a Flipanar.
You should have made a graphic for that.
Yeah. I'll probably do that tomorrow. It's a good idea.
All right. This person on Instagram, they're from Indianapolis. They said how to determine the best method to use for the area.
I'm
guessing that maybe that
for Indy.
Yeah.
Okay. It's probably going to be similar to anywhere else. All of the recommended methods, the low cost driving for dollars, networking, up to bandit signs, cold calling, text messaging, direct mail, Facebook ads, Google AdWords, Instagram ads, YouTube pre-rolls, text the word. I ain't got nothing ready to go. This is terrible. Text the word MLS to the number 205-964-5243. Text the word MLS to the number. That'll get you going too. Maybe I need to put a couple of these up here. Oh, if you want to join us on the live, there it is. Text the word Gator to the number. If you got some questions you want to answer, that'll get you pushed to the front of the line. Text the word Gator.
All right.
I can just stab my finger to be pop, like a magician. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This one came from Janice Shores on Facebook. She said, "I live in Moultrie, Georgia, and I see a lot of empty houses. I'm trying to see if I can make money here. How can I do that?"
Let me do this really quick, Janice. So Moultrie, M-O-L, Moultrie, okay. M-O-L-T-R-E, Georgia, population. All right, so Moultrie is 14,000, right?
Mhm.
It is in Colquitt, Colquitt County, Colquitt.
All right.
All right.
You looking at us like you asking me?
I'm trying to see if I'm saying it right.
Oh, I've never
Verify
heard
that
of
for me, Janice. I see the Walmart there, the Walmart Supercenter, in the Museum of Colquitt County. But
Is Willie still out there?
huh?
Is Willie still out there?
They should be.
Oksana said she locked out, but he didn't open the door.
Oh, she better knock hard if he got his headphones on. How is she like that?
She, I don't know.
Yeah. Let me text him.
Yeah.
His
Sorry.
joke. Hold on, guy. We got somebody locked out. It's live TV.
Now, Oksana, if you hear this, I don't know why you locked the door.
Oh, she locked it. She
She had to have locked it when she
so
left.
y'all didn't lock it. You locked it. Okay. Anyway, so well, okay, the guy said we don't. Okay, so in the office, we really don't take people to come here. If you come here and pull on our door, you were invited, because we don't really have any signage or anything in the office / studio. So and people do that. So sometimes we have to lock the door or whatever, because they'll just start pulling or whatever, because they may trying to find one of the other spaces in here or whatever. So anyway, yeah, she locked it. And why can't you take her key? Well, you got to always take your key. Well, I ain't saying that like I always do it too, cause yeah. But anyway, so next question.
Did you answer hers all the way?
What was it about? Okay, so I'm looking at Moultrie, Janice. That's my girl Janice, right? Okay, so I'm looking at Moultrie. It's gonna be tough there, right? It's gonna be tough because it's not in a suburb of Atlanta or Columbus. It's quite a bit from Albany. It's actually even it looks like it's closer to Tallahassee than it is Atlanta. If I'm looking at this, yeah, it is. It's actually closer to Tallahassee, so that's how far it is. So it's going to be difficult to wholesale there consistently. But if you join the Flippanar tomorrow night, the special Flippanar at 8 p.m. Eastern your time, text the word Flippanar. We're going to teach you how to find deals virtually, right, through Privy. They're going to do a real training live. So text the word Flippanar, Flippinar, and join the Flippanar tomorrow night.
He hadn't opened the door yet.
Huh?
He hadn't opened
Okay,
the
go
door.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. That can be the comptroller. And get them cards too. She got 2 cards too.
All right. This question came in from TikTok. Is being a bird dog profitable?
Yeah, it can be very very profitable. Because people paying you 500, 1,000, maybe 2,000, even more. But it can be you are putting a cap. Well, let me just explain my version of a bird dog. A bird dog that I would want to work with are basically are going to do everything a wholesaler would do except put it on the contract, and they just turn it over to us, right? So it could be profitable, but you're good if you're going under my definition, and if you're doing deals consistently, getting paid referral fees, then you're really doing what a wholesaler does or whatever. So I ain't trying to talk you out of it. Well, I guess I am. But if you're going to do that, yeah, you can make a considerable amount of money, for real. So, boy, we in business. Did I spell it right? Yeah. So there it is. Flippanar, you're going to join the free training tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Text the word Flippanar so you can go ahead and get registered, get your seat registered. Text the word Flippanar to 205-964-5243. You have to actually do it at the top first and then close it. And then guess what we got too, guys? Look at this, Ken. We got a corrected time. Here are the times that we're on. We're on Monday through Wednesday at 3:45-ish p.m. Eastern. Check local listings. And then on Thursdays at 8:05 p.m. Eastern-ish. Check local listings. We in business now. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you got it going on now.
All right. This is on Instagram. How can you find motivated buyers?
How can you find motivated buyers, aka cash buyers, aka investors? You know how you can do that?
How?
There are a number of ways. One of the best ways is to have something that they want and advertise it. And how can you market your deal? Facebook Marketplace, Facebook groups, other wholesalers, real estate agents, a simple Google search, sell my house fast, and the name of the city. Those first 2 or 3 pages of results are going to provide some context. Someone's going to be a wholesaler, but if they're there, they're players, real players in your market. Auctions, go there and network. Driving for dollars. Look for renovations in areas. Get out and introduce yourself. But one of the best ways is just having a great deal to market to them. You don't have to, but it can throw some flames on it. One deal, you can have a deal so hot, you got 25 people call you, you can only sell to one person. But those other 24, you add them to your buyers list. That one deal, even though it may have made you, we'll just say $20,000, it may end up making you $1 million or whatever, just by the buyers that it attracted.
Gotcha. All right. This one came from Day Says Daily from YouTube. They said, how can we wholesale and auction property?
Unless it's going to be difficult to do that unless you have the right type of buyer. Because the pure definition of wholesaling is being able to put deals together without your cash or credit. Most auctions want their money. Now, sometimes it may be delayed 30 days or whatever. You may have an opportunity to do that. But in that case, you're going to probably have to put up a minimum. I think they have like an entry fee, and that's going to vary from auction to auction. Maybe as little as $1,000. A lot of times it's $5,000. And I don't know if they have to have proof of funds to even attend the auction. I think that's, auction by auction. But it's difficult. It's easier deals out there, my man. It's just easier deals out there. You're not finding anything they can't find themselves. Normally, the reason wholesaling works, now you can beat somebody to it and negotiate a great deal, but in most cases, a lot of, I ain't gonna say most, is that the reason that you are valuable is because you found something they couldn't find themselves or didn't want to. Auctions are being heavily promoted to players in any market. Just easier deals out there. Unless you just got some lazy buyers, they say, hey, go to this auction for me. Here's, hey, if you can get it for this amount, I'll pay this amount. Boom. Okay, then that's a different conversation. That don't exist a lot.
All right, this one came from Ferrari Queen. They said, when assigning a deal to a buyer, do I place my company's name as the seller on the contract to the buyer?
Okay, so they're asking, basically they're asking if they're going to use their LLC or whatever to do a deal, what name should go on there. Where the LLC is going to represent, you're representing the LLC, however you have it set up or whatever. But yeah, that's what is going to go on the actual contract, and you'll just sign off on it. There's maybe a managing member or however you have it structured. So,
all right, this one came from Monique Cockrum.
I feel like I'm screaming.
Oh, I don't know.
Like
She said, hi, Philip Man, are subject to difficult to obtain.
Okay, her question is, are subject to a difficult to obtain? Well, finding great deals, it's hard in general, but subject to opportunities actually may come faster than wholesale deals for some people or whatever. So it just depends. But the opportunities exist because there's just so much real estate out there, and so much of it is leveraged with mortgages, which creates a subject to situation. If you're not familiar, what that means is basically short for subject to existing financing. So basically, what they'll do is they'll deed you over their property, even though it has a mortgage or a loan on it. The credit, the actual loan itself will still remain in their names, but it's been deeded over to you. So that gives you actual ownership of the property, and the debt still remains in their name. There's more to it than that, but that's the general definition for it.
All right. Let's see. This one came from Kevin Fair. He said, "Hi Ty, did you get that commercial property I seen you in New Orleans? You wanted me to touch bases with you today."
Yeah, I'm gonna follow up with you. It may be this evening, probably maybe after 7:30 or so, but I'm gonna follow up with you. I got a lot of catching up to do on that stuff.
All right. Jovi Jones, he said, "Uncle Flip, what's up? I had to add a picture. I got tired of being called she. Hey, I'm sorry."
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
No, I know. I got a student that's Jovi. I don't know if that's him or not, but I knew he was a male.
Him.
I knew he was a male. You were the one calling. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't. I never paid attention that you identified him as a female.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I'm a boy. That's what's up.
It's a nice profile picture. I'm sorry.
All right, thumbs up.
Okay. This one came from Maurice Burrell. He said, "In your opinion, is it best to have a memorandum? Oh, okay. Also rent up, or I guess set up, just in case the seller tries to back out. Best to send the correct document."
Okay, so he's asking, is it best to have a memorandum of contract filed with the courthouse just in case the seller backs out? Well, me personally, and if you do this long enough, I don't care who it is, you're going to put properties under contract and you're not going to be able to close on them. I guess sellers the same right. So sometimes I'm not going to drag someone to the closing table or whatever. Now, I did it once because I thought she was going to sell it to someone else, and I hate that I even wasted time on that or whatever. It just is, some people, they do it on every deal, but that's them. But I just know it works both ways. Sometimes they going to change their mind or whatever the situation is, and sometimes it ain't going to happen for you either where you can close. So.
All right. This is on Instagram. When I'm comparing, how important is the price per square footage to be the same as another property?
When they're comparing,
yes.
Wait a minute, say that again.
They said, how important is the price per square footage to be the same as another property?
Oh, okay. So how important? Well, whenever you actually comp a property, once you identify the property or properties you want to use as comps, then sometimes the price per square foot may be a huge factor because there may be a significant difference in the sizes. All right. So you may have a house that's, we'll just say 1,500 square feet, but the comp you're using is almost 1,800 square feet. And that may be the only one that really justifies everything else. And so that 300 square feet difference needs to be accounted for. So that's where the price per square foot would be very beneficial.
All right. This person said they had a list from a year ago. They're thinking about getting another updated list, but how important is the follow-up?
Everything. That's what the money is. That's what the money is.
Somebody said, can you put up the flipping art information?
Oh, yeah. No problem. Okay. I should be doing it every time I ask. All right. So, so we're going to have the free training, flipping art tomorrow. Finding more deals, leveraging real estate agents, whatever. So it'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern. So you want to register for that right now. Text the word Flippenard to the number. Text the word Flippenard to the number. Free training tomorrow.
All right. This one came from M. Cannon, and I know I have the lower third down here that pretty much answers this question, but I just wanted to read it in case anybody wanted to, see it. He said, "Is there a video that will show how to figure the ARV, or can I use Do You Later? And if you text the letters ARV to the number 205-964-5243, that will take you to the video that shows you how to master ARVs. Let's see.
Yeah.
This one came from Victor on YouTube. He said, I was talking to an agent and she asked for proof of funds.
Not uncommon. That's part of what the training will go over tomorrow, dealing with real estate agents. All right. So text the word Flippenar and you'll get more than a great answer for that tomorrow. So text the word Flippenar to the number 205-964-5243 to register for that Flippenar. One thing. So we talked about self-storage. Yeah. This video here, text units. This will explain how we can partner on those and apartments too, but multifamily. So text the word units to get an explanation on that.
All right. This one came from MC Kenny, and he actually is in Moultrie, Georgia. He said, can a listing agent also be your buyer's agent?
Okay, he said he's in Moultrie, Georgia, and he's asking, can a listing agent be also your buyer's agent? Yes. They call it dual agencies, where some states, well, most states actually allow a real estate agent to represent the seller and buyer. Some states don't. The ones that do, they call that double dipping. And that's an opportunity to play on the greed of humans when you're dealing with an agent that has a listed property, because that gives them an opportunity to keep all of it, the whole hamburger. I want to give them a piece of lettuce off of it. Not one tomato, not one pickle.
Selfish.
Yes.
This one says, hey, greetings to you guys. This one came from Brian Scales. He said, I live in Detroit, Michigan, and I see a lot of vacant homes near where I am, and I was seeing if I can send them over to you.
Okay, so Brian is asking, can he just send us vacant houses? We're not set up for that. We may get to that point. At this point, we prefer, if you're going to do that, you basically have to act as a bird dog. And my definition of a bird dog is you're going to do everything that a wholesaler would do except put it under contract, right? So that means you're going to go out, find the property, contact the owner, negotiate a great deal, and then you turn it over to it. If you do that, we will probably be interested at that point. But, you know, that's where it goes to understanding what a great deal is or not. A great deal is or not, and actually reaching out to an actual owner, you know, and how to do that, in which we have videos on that also.
All right. Let's see. JT Hawkins said, I'm stuck with ARV and I don't know where to go.
So he's stuck with ARV and he does not know where to go. Okay, so, well, you could text the word ARV to the number 205-964-5243. And there it is. Text the word ARV to the number, and that video there it'll break it down for you. Now, Jamil Dimji from Keegley / Astro Flipping, he and I did 40 plus episodes of Comps 101. I would encourage you to start to go back and take advantage of those. So just do a search on YouTube for Flip Man and Comps 101.
All right, this question came in on Instagram. Hey, Flip Man, do you deal with with vacant commercial buildings that are up for lease? If so, how do we submit them in to you?
If you'd asked me that probably a month ago, I would have said no. If it's a vacant commercial building up for lease, it needs to be like a huge building, like the size of a Kmart or a Walmart, and the entire thing is vacant, not that it's in a shopping center and it's vacant and the rest of the shopping center or part of the shopping center is live. No, the entire property needs to be vacant. Yeah, we would entertain looking at something like that because I got a use for stuff. Well, I think I do. We'll see.
All right. This one came from Sam on YouTube. He said, "Are tax liens concerned auction? Because that's what I seek out on PropStream."
Okay, so he's asking, is tax liens what?
It says concerned auction.
Are tax liens considered auctions? That's what he's trying to say.
Maybe considered
Okay,
options.
so depending on the state, but normally, yeah, they have basically an auction process with tax liens, properties.
Okay. This one's came from Justin Oswald. He said, "How do I close if I'm wholesaling a deal out of state?"
Okay, he wants to know, how do you close if you're wholesaling a deal out of state? The power of the internet. That's it. Really, you don't have to be there. Is my point. The title company will set everything up, and they'll either wire your money to your bank, or they'll mail it to you, your check. But if you can structure everything, which it happens all the time, and you don't have to actually be in attendance. So you just have to just structure the deal to make sure it goes down.
All right. Ferrari Queen said, "I wanted to clarify my questions. Once I have a property under contract and I want to do a double close, B to C, do I place myself or company name as the seller when wholesaling it to the buyer?"
Okay, so say that again.
Do you place yourself or the company name as the seller when you're wholesaling it to the buyer?
Okay, so they're asking if they put a property on the contract, and I'm assuming if they put it in their LLC or whatever business entity, when they wholesale it to the buyer, what name is used? It's the same name that's used on the contract with the seller. They need to match up.
Okay.
And speaking of that, if you text the word contract, this video actually shows you how to do that with sellers and buyers. It takes you through the entire process, along with being able to access the free contract. So, boom.
Okay. This one says, "Is it okay to email a realtor an offer on a property without talking to the agent first?"
Is it okay to email a realtor and make an offer on the property without actually talking to them first? Some of them don't like that.
Without
Whatever,
talking to the agent
without
first.
talking to them
Yeah.
first, whatever. It shouldn't matter. You know, they never know who's behind that email, or what they may buy the next 10 properties from them. So it shouldn't matter. But anyway, some of them have their process. I can't argue. So if it's working for them, it's working for them, or whatever. But so it's just going to be a hit or miss on that. Sometimes the message that they leave in their voicemail say, if you got an offer you need to make, just email it to such and such, such. Some of them actually instruct you to do that. So it's just a hit and miss, but you can be proactive and reach out to them first if you can get them jokers on the phone, and ask them what is their process for making an offer. Maybe even sending them text message.
This one says, "Is it possible to do a double assignment? Basically, someone has a property under contract and approached us."
Okay, they're asking, can you do a double assignment? There's really no limit on the number of assignments you can do, but you don't really want to try to get in that game. But to answer your question, that's basically what co-wholesaling or JVing is that you're wholesaling another wholesaler's property. And so that possibly will be two actual agreements going on as far as assignments. And then sometimes if you're going to split a 50-50, you both just get paid the percentage of that particular assignment fee. So, but to answer your question, yeah, most definitely.
Okay. This one came from Dark Steel Colossus. They said, "Is PropStream still locked out of MLS data?"
Is PropStream still locked out of MLS data? No, they actually never got locked out of it. It's just they had to change things to be able to produce that information now, or whatever. So it's there now. So you'll see the tab whenever you actually pull up a property. If any properties that you're targeting as far as comps, it'll show those. They'll be in light blue as the date of this video.
Okay. This one says, "What were the states you have to have a real estate license or can't wholesale?"
Okay, they're basically asking, what states do you need a real estate license to wholesale? Is that what they're asking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as far as I know right now, the state of Illinois, Kansas, Oklahoma, And in the city of Philadelphia, PA, Pennsylvania, the city requires you to have a wholesaler's license, not per se, not a real estate agent's license. So this is more like a business license in the in the city of Philadelphia. It's more like a business license versus having to take an actual test. Last time I was informed about it, and it's you just go down there, pay your money, they do a background check, and boom.
Hey,
Oh, you got to get like $1 million bond or something like that, but that may only cost you a few $100 at the most.
All right, this question is on TikTok. Do you have a template to create a presentation to get private funding?
Okay, before I answer that, join us tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. So you need to register for that. Text the word Flippenar to the number. Text the word Flippenar is free training on how to deal with real estate agents, how to target them, how to virtual wholesale nationwide, how to determine what areas are hot in a particular market, and much, much more. Text the word Flippenar to join the free training. And so what was the question again?
Do you have a template to create a presentation to get private funding? And then they added on, or what is a good way to present a property to a future investor?
All right. They asked me, do I have a template to get private funding? And the answer is no. And what is a good way to get a private investor to invest in a property?
What's a good way to present a property to a future investor?
For a future investor. Well, yeah, you want to provide as much data, especially if they're not already in real estate. But most people know that you can make life-changing money in real estate. What you'll do is you'll present as much information as possible to them, whether that's verbally or in an actual document or a combination of both, so to make them comfortable with the investment, assuming you know what you're doing.
Okay. Sam is just circling back. He was saying, I live in Illinois. Can I do wholesaling, or does my state not allow it? You just talked about that. Mm-hmm. And then he was saying he meant considered. When we asked that question, let me go back at the top. Are tax liens considered auction? That's how you answered it, right?
Yeah, that's how I answered it. Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't have anything right now. This one says, do I physically have to be there to view a property?
All right. Someone wants to know, do they physically have to be there to view a property? And no, people virtual wholesale all over this country and never see the property. And sometimes it's just as simple as the seller may send you photos. But if you do need someone to represent you because the seller won't provide access to the property unless they are there, then in most cases, either you're going to have a really great relationship with a buyer or potential buyers, or you're going to have someone to represent you and your interests. They call it BOGs, boots on the ground. So you can accomplish that maybe through a friend, a family member, another real estate agent, or you may, let me see what else. I'm missing something. I said a friend. Or another wholesaler.
All right. This is an interesting question. They said, if you were purchasing training knowing what you know, what would you require of that program?
Wow. So sometimes it's very difficult. Okay. So someone wants to know if I was in the game right now, but knowing what I know, it's like a weird way, but knowing what I know, what would I tell someone to look for in a training program? Wow, that's tough, man. Because it's some great marketers out here, and most people sometimes, not saying it's always the case, they get caught up in the shiny things, but that's what they want, right? A particular lifestyle or something like that. I'm always going to try to look for, and I can tell when I'm being circled.
Sold to.
I'm being the sold to is fine. I know when I'm being circled though, and what I mean by that is too vague, and you're never really getting an answer. And so if you're not familiar with a particular space or lane or business or whatever, you're just going to have even more questions, right? So, if you're never getting answers, right? Now, of course, that's what the course is supposed to be. It's supposed to give you the answers or whatever. But I'm going to, and I didn't got spoiled now because I do it myself. And I follow what my man named Gary V or whatever. And so I'm going to normally be attracted to people that give away a lot of information just for free. And normally what that does, you're going to have two types of people. For me, it makes it easy for me to make a purchase because I feel like I've already gotten probably what I need. I'm just going to probably fill in a few holes with the purchase or whatever. That's me now. And so I went about it that way, and it's because I'm normally going to do it for a number of reasons, but I want it to be different than everything else I had seen up until that point, right? So when I started putting out content, and you can go back or whatever, it's terrible, but it's for the audio and video and me. But I was giving away a lot of information, just like we're doing right now or whatever. And so that's what I would have wanted when I started. Like, now I got inspired by Carlton Sheets. Google him. He's passed on about 2 or 3 years ago. But if you used to watch his infomercials, they wasn't telling you anything. Hey, Carlton helped me make this. Carlton helped me make this. Oh, he helped me change my life. Now I can sit at home with my kids and blah, blah, blah. But how did you do it? Yeah, you can say, show me this, show me that. But how did you do it? And I ain't tripping on nobody now. Just telling you about me since we're talking about it. I don't, I was telling my nephew this. He listening to this guy. What is the guy's name? Jim. I think it's Ronan. I want to say Ron, but it's pronounced like Jim Rohn, the sports guy, but it's something similar to that. And when I first initially heard it, what is the guy's name? Jim. I think he's dead now. Jim. That's gonna. That is okay. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, he died in 2009. Okay. So his name is Jim Rohn, ROHN. So when I initially heard it, I was glad my nephew was trying to listen to some deposit or whatever. I don't know if he's doing good. But and so when I initially heard it, I was sort of impressed till I realized I don't need motivation. I need you to tell me how to make this money.
Information.
I need information.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't need motivation. I need to know how to make the money. I'm motivated because these bills keep coming. And I like to eat where I like to eat at. And people I care about, I like to be able to do for them. That's my motivation. I don't need any motivation. My mindset is good. I need to know how to make this money. So again, I don't kick anyone to follow those lanes. But for me, I'm going to tune out real quick if I just think it's just not providing me any instruction. I don't need mindset, and I'm good. I'm good on that. I know everybody ain't the same. I'm good on that. So I don't know if I answered the question, but that sent me off, and you know what it is. So, but yeah, so that's not going to attract me. So I'm going to look for information. Somebody that's really giving a lot of, as Gary V would say, jab, 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 jab. Then you might say, hey, man, Tyrone's a good guy. Okay, so they offering this particular service or whatever. I'm gonna spend it because I know he's providing a lot of value. So there it is, and that's why and I've gotten better at it. When people reach out to me, they may have bought something I suggested or something or whatever, and they'll actually think I've tried to scam them, and I'm like, and I've gotten okay with it where it used to really bother me because I know how many people I've helped and never even talked to before. And I say, wow, you can really, you know what I'm saying? Like, like it's just amazing. Now I ain't always been an angel in every business activity I've done, but with this, hey, I don't like to be questioned on it when I know what my intent is or whatever. So, but anyway. Well, yeah, that too.
And half the time they can't remember what email they gave you.
Yeah, see, and a lot of times it's their inability because they're not that tech savvy, which is tech savvy is okay, But don't blame it on me because you didn't get it. It's probably because you don't even know what email address you signed up using and don't even know how to access it. It normally be that simple.
Yeah.
Normally it's that simple, but it's my fault.
All right, we got another one on TikTok. They said, "What's the best way to get earnest money when you don't have the funds?"
What's the best way to get earnest money when you don't have the funds?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good one. So, couple of ways now, depending on how much it is. Now, assuming it's a great deal, you are confident. Most people they think it's a great deal, or they wouldn't be tripping about the earnest money. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't even be asking the question. So, but we're going to assume it is a great deal. All right. And I guess you can't go beyond the people that you know. Everybody you know everybody you know, you can't come up with $500. You can borrow 50 from this person, tell them you'll give them 100 back. 150 from this person, tell you to get them 300 back.
Burn them bridges.
That's what didn't happen, kid.
I know a couple people.
But anyway, so but just assuming that's the case, you don't have anyone to. So now you're going to try to use negotiations, and you may say, "Hey, I'll put the earnest money up." You'll make the offer. I'll put the earnest money up after the due diligence period. A lot of people are not going to accept that, but some will, or whatever. So that's one method. Again, I was suggesting partnering with someone that may have the money, and you either promise them half the deal or double or triple their money or whatever, but that's still a risk because it still may not close. And then at the end of the day, if someone gives you an earnest money deposit that doesn't work for you, it's just like they giving you a price that doesn't work for you. If it's something you can't come up with. Now, if it's a great deal, you can hit me up. Now, I'm going to be the one to determine if it's a great deal or not before I send my money or whatever. And it's going to be a 50-50. I ain't going to want 3 times my money back. I'm going to want half of the deal. So don't reach out to me because my what do you call it? My yeast is going to be expensive. But if you're cool with that, hey, but let me just say this. I don't know if I always live by this. If I had to depend on someone else to put up earnest money with me, more than happy to give them 50% of the deal. I ain't have it. It didn't happen unless you came into the deal.
Right. You can't be like this.
But some people will be now. You know what I'm saying? No, it wouldn't have happened if you wouldn't have did your part.
Right.
And the money. Hey, the money.
All right. This is also on TikTok. How often are you on live?
Hey, we got a brand new card. Hey, we can throw this one away. There we go. I'm glad I throw the wrong one away. Here we go. Monday through Wednesday, 3:45 p.m. ish Eastern. Check local listings. And on Thursdays, 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Check local listings. Oh, remember, tomorrow we got the free training. Text the word Flippanor so you can register. Text the word Flippanor 205-964-5243. Boom.
All right, let's go ahead and do the topic.
All right. Yeah. Okay. We've been rolling. Okay. All right. So today's topic was, what was it, Jesse?
Will they get mad? Will motivated sellers get mad about you?
What you think about that thumbnail?
I like it. Now I don't.
What?
What's in your mouth?
Oh, boy, you know what I'm saying? You never know about me.
They already be thinking.
Hey, so anyway, why motivated sellers will what is the question?
Will motivated sellers get mad that you're getting paid?
Will motivated sellers get mad that you're about to get have a nice payday or getting paid? Okay, and you can dress it up however you want. Well, in most cases, no. It's going to be a rare situation where people are not comfortable with what you all agreed upon. And in most cases, they know if you did it the right way, you presented yourself as an investor, which you are, right? So investors normally mean what? People just automatically, when you hear the word investment, you think about what? Money finna be made or an attempt to make some money. So you all, the seller is getting what you all agreed upon, period. Right? Mm-hmm. And so, again, you're dealing with a very unreasonable person, but fortunately, you've gotten them to the closing table. And most people are not going to walk away from that bread when it's right there in front of them. And so if it happens and somebody walks out, then you could do about that. They charge that to the game or whatever. And I've heard some stories people have done that, but very rarely. And I've talked to a lot of people and all the stuff that we mix it up with. That is going to be a very rare occasion. There's nothing to really even worry about, but somebody asked a question yesterday, so I thought it would be a good topic for today. All right. So, and if they have a question or still, hey, you may have time to negotiate. So, the seller see that you, depending on how the closing is set up, that you're about to make X number of dollars. Hey, you say, well, hey, we're sitting here instead of this not happening. Okay, if I give you another $2,000, would that suffice you or whatever? And so now the title company or closing attorney may not want to make that happen immediately, because at the time it may take to change the numbers depending on who you're dealing with. But it could be as simple that you can still negotiate a deal right there while you're sitting there or whatever, if that ever happens, and so, and I'm not even sure what amount I would be willing to give up depending on the deal, just to make it happen. I'll just say if I'm about to make, we'll just use $8,000 and they say, well, I ain't doing it, you know what I'm saying? So, well, I say, well, if I give you another 3,000, what you doing? I know. They'd be like, no. I say 5. Okay, we'll do it. So I went from 8 to 3, basically. What's half of 0? Because obviously I'm not gonna be able to get them back to the table again. Right. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna happen. We already know that's not gonna happen. So I would rather walk away with that 3. Hey, it is what it is. I still made money or whatever. So, but anyway, so that's my 2 cents on that particular topic for today.
All right, you want to answer some more?
Yeah, we can do a couple more.
Okay, let me go back to the top. All right. This one says, what website did you use for skip tracing?
All right, what website are you using for skip tracing? Mainly use Skip Vault and Skip in Batch Leads normally. I'm affiliated with both. If you can, definitely with Skip Vault, use the code FLIPMAN to get to whatever discounts are going to be offered. And then with Batch Leads, you can just sign up through text to flip.
All right.
And I ain't promoted that enough. But remember, we got the training tomorrow. Text the word FLIPANAR to the number. Text the word FLIPANAR to the number. We have the free training on tomorrow.
All right. Somebody said you have the most cold-blooded catchphrases.
What is that?
They like your catchphrases.
Give me one. Give me one. Your boy you like.
Don't hype his head up.
I don't know that. Hey, not all of them ain't original now, so that's what I'm saying. If it's not original, I'll say it.
This one came from Check It Out TV. He said, hey, Flipman, I got a house around $322K for sale by owner. What is the next thing to do? And he said he would go down and 3% if it's not a realtor. Okay, so what were the numbers on that? He said he got a house around 322K. Okay, that's not enough information. Yeah, there's not enough information. You have to know the ARV condition. That's not enough information to really tell me if you have an opportunity or not. So, I think it's the same person because they were coming in on Facebook and they said I'm just confused on how to get it under contract. So I guess to him, I know we don't have no other information, but maybe how do you make things a good deal? How do you know it's a good deal? Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, this video right here will help you out.
That video right there is going to go a long way in helping you understand what makes a great deal or not. Because that you got to learn how to do that. Period. If that's what he's confused about. But that video will help.
Okay. Let's see. This says, am I able to purchase a home that's under a judicial sale in North Carolina?
Okay. He wants to know, can he purchase a home that's under a judicial sale in North Carolina? I'm not familiar with that process there. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
Like the courts took it.
If you want to access to the free videos to give you a good foundation on how all of this works, text the letters VIP to the number. Text VIP to 205-964-5243. Oh, guys, some of y'all need VAs because of cold calling. Text Scale, and you can use the people that we use for that. Text the word Scale, set up the appointment, and guess what you need to do? Keep the appointment. Please. I'm trying to look for my text message thing. Oh, and on the LLC, text the letters BIZ to the number. Also to start to establish some business credit, along with to being able to take advantage of over 250 tax deductions is also in play.
All right, this one came from OG Montana. They said, can you explain the importance of starting an LLC to wholesale?
There you go.
You just said it.
I just said it.
I do. I was trying to stop before you pressed it. That's
Sorry.
fingers just.
My bad.
No, you good.
We got a lot of questions about houses for auction today.
I don't know what's the deal on that auctions, guy. This is how you leverage auctions. Go there to network and find cash buyers. You're not going. I'm telling you, you'll frustrate yourself right out of the business trying to wholesale auction properties. You got to have the right buyer for that. Let me just say that you got to have somebody that basically just equip you with some money and you go to the auctions. But that process is going to make it difficult for you to wholesale unless you just have the right buyer for that. What I term as a lazy buyer, because you're not doing anything they can't do themselves. They're going to attend that same auction. Why would they need you? Now, if you got some money, but that defeats the purpose of wholesaling. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah. I think they want some clarification on the Flippinar. They said training is Thursday and it's for
No, it's tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Tomorrow night. Now my regular Flipinars, which I'm using this word, I'm really sort of trying to promote that too, is on Thursdays. But this is for Wednesday. This is a training with my guy Benson over at Privy. Going to train you on how to talk to real estate agents, how to find deals that are listed. How to get around the earnest money deposit, the proof of funds, all of it.
All right.
How to find buyers for it, all of it.
And last one, this one says, are tax lien properties that's going up for auction good for we keep getting questions about auctions. I know you just did a spiel.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys. So again, we got the Flippinar going on tomorrow night. Free training. So go ahead and register for that. Text the word Flippinar to the number. If you didn't get your question answered, post it in the comment section of any video, and I answer those on a daily basis. If nothing else, guys, we're about an hour and 3 minutes in. We'll see you on the FLIPSIDE.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. Now you know 205-964.